Hey guys, how you doing? I'm smiling because my husband is messing with me. But nonetheless, today I wanted to talk to you about the ugly. In case you're new here, welcome to Just a Plant Room. We're going to talk about the ugly plants. So if you want to see those, stick around. All right, y'all. So as I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to talk today a little bit about the ugly plants. You know, as I dare call myself a YouTuber, I know I'm not an influencer, but nonetheless, I love plants. And if you're like me, you're always looking online on Instagram and you see all these beautiful plants. They show you the pretty ones, but nobody really shows you the ugly ones. So today I thought I'd show you the ones that I'm struggling with. Some of them, yeah, they ugly. Some of them, I can't figure out what's going on. So I'm going to show you, and hopefully as a community, you guys can tell me what I could try something different. You know, I'm going to tell you where they live, what I do for them, and maybe you have some ideas on how I can treat them differently to have them thrive a little bit better. So I'm going to start with one that I really, really love. Every time she puts out a leaf, she breaks it. But here we go. And that noise was my little pooch. Apparently she has a fur ball. But this is a plant that I bought from Ecuagenera. I think it was the California branch. And this is called an Antherium green savanna. When she came to me, she came with 2 leaves. She came with, 3 leaves. This one, and this one. Now, this damage here, I know exactly what caused that. She was in the cabinet, and I think the light was too close. Then she put out this leaf. And as you can see, I've got a hole. Peekaboo. And just recently, she put out this leaf, which still isn't even hard. This plant gets watered about once a week. Antheriums are new to me. I've just recently gotten into antheriums. I saw somewhere where, you know, they put a collar of moss, like I did here, to keep those advantageous roots, you know, damp. So I figured, what the heck, you know, and the advantageous roots are growing. I water her once a week. She lives in this plant room, very close to the humidifier. She gets her light from above and the plant cabinets, but she's just not doing good. I mean, I know all antheriums are not the same, but look at her. She unfurled this leaf with these holes and she's all crinkly. And I know plants expire through their expire through their leaves, and she's got this like crystallization. I don't know, let me just push that leaf up a little bit so you could see. I'm gonna come in close. So I don't know if you could see those little crystals. I don't know, is she not getting enough water? Maybe I need to water her with I hate to say this, distilled or filtered water. Maybe the waters have too much salts. Maybe I need to feed her more. I just haven't been able to put my finger on it. So any antherium growers out there, I would love some advice on this because the plant is actually very beautiful. I would just love for her to put out 1 leaf without all of these cosmetic damages. So if you've got any tips for me, please let me know. Because this is heartbreaking. I was so anxiously waiting for that leaf. And she unfurled, and she's huge, but she's full of rips. So let me know. Tell me something in the comments. What can I do differently for her? I even thought about putting her on a moss pole, but I'm not sure if that's the solution. So I'm open to suggestions on this one. Okay, let's see. All right then. So my next plant to show you is this one. So This is a silver cloud. And at one point I did have her in the cabinet, but she's dusty. She's not showroom ready. She was in the cabinet, but I took her out of there because one, she didn't fit real good. Two, her leaves were getting burnt. But in the same token, she puts out new growth, because you can see here she's got a leaf coming out, but it just doesn't grow right. And I'm at my wit's end with her. I don't know what else to do for her. I have put her in the light, put her in the shade. She lives in this plant room. She gets humidity. She gets light from the cabinets and from above. She gets watered, maybe, like she's due for a watering now. She gets watered maybe, I want to say every 10 days or so. But she just doesn't, she's not happy. She's not thriving. I'm going to flip her around a little bit so you can get a closer view. She's got all of these blemishes. I just can't seem to get the care down on this one right. I've got her staked up with these floral wires. What you guys got for me? What can you tell me? Does anybody have a silver cloud? If you do, I need help. I've checked her for pests. I've done everything I could think of. The last resort here is I was thinking of actually propagating her to see if that would help, but I'm not sure that that's the solution. As I said, she's putting out new growth. Here's one leaf. She's got another spike on this side, but I can't seem to get the care down. So I'm open to suggestions. If you've got any ideas for me on what I could do better for this plant, I am all ears. All right. So these first two that I showed you aren't really that bad. I've got some that really look pretty pathetic. So here's this guy. Now, at one point, it seemed as if she was happy. She was actually in the living room under a grow light, and she was flourishing, and then I noticed she had spider mites. That was, I want to say, summer of last year. I treated her and put her outside, and she has not been the same since. As you can see, she's flowering. Kind of weird little flower there. But look at this. This is constant. In this case, she's got a good root system. I mean, when I look at her roots, it's not a matter of it being root bound, or I don't see any brown or rotted roots. I don't know, guys. I need help. So this is, I'm going to butcher this name, Shisha Wachi. Yeah, we'll put that up on the screen. But if you've got any experience with this, I think these are kind of sort of like prayer plants. I don't know. She's about to get a haircut, that's for sure. As a matter of fact, I have my scissors here because I was ready to do this. We're going to cut off all these yellow leaves and I did sanitize the scissors. I'll cut those off. She might look a little bit better after that, maybe. Let's see. She's going to be bald-headed. I guess that's it. But yeah, if you've got any experience, she's such a pretty plant. I'd really like to be able to flourish her, grow her to her potential, but I'm struggling. So if you've got any experience on this one, let me know. She lives in the kitchen. She gets west sun and she gets watered about every 7 days or so, or when the top feels dry. All right, so moving right along to the next one. I have, I'm not quite sure what it's called. I know it's part of either the Maranta family or prayer plant family. This one, thought I saw something crawling. You know me and the creepy crawlers. Anyway, this one right here, beautiful leaf, but I can't seem to get past the crispiness. Now, I know what you're going to say. It's probably a lack of humidity, and it could very well be. I mean, I haven't run the humidifier in the other room in a long, long time. But here's my reasoning. Her sister plant, which is not identical, but very similar, is in the same room. And granted, she also has a little bit of crispiness, but she seems to be flourishing a lot better. I'm not quite sure what to do with this one. I've seen these grown beautifully, huge, really pretty. But for me, not so much. So if you have one of these in your collections, drop me some tips. Tell me what you do to make yours thrive, because I'd really love to see this one get, you know, healthy and pretty. I mean, look at the back of the leaves. What's not to love about this plant? She's a gorgeous plant. I just can't seem to grow her worth a darn. So if you've got any tips for me, let me know. And then I've got two more to show you. Now this guy here, don't laugh. When I bought it, it had 3 stems. We are down to the very last stem. Right now he's in the kitchen. He's kind of like on punishment. He sits on top of the freezer looking out of a west window. I don't know how to actually care for this plant. It is a Peperomia Ferreira. I'll put the name below so you could see. Now, she's dry. I really can't see the root system. This plant has never flourished. From the moment it arrived in my home, it decided it didn't want to live. I can see where she's trying to sprout from here, so I've pretty much left her alone. I figure, you know, survival of the fittest. Either she's going to make it or she's not. And I'm not trying to, I don't want her to die. I just don't know how to make her thrive. So if you've got one of these, let me know. Let me know. How do you care for yours? Looks like she could use some water, so I'll probably water her after this video. But yeah, let me know what you're doing to make yours thrive. It's good to see that she's got a little bit of new growth right there. That was definitely not happening a couple of months ago. So maybe she's on the upward. Talk to me about this one. Tell me what you know. And then last but not least, I have a fern. And this is a crocodile fern. And I don't know if this is some type of fungus or I just don't know. I've cut it off some of the leaves and it seems to continue to spread. I have sprayed her with like an antifungal type spray, but she's just not happy. It seems as if when she puts out a leaf, they immediately go to this blotchiness. And I don't know if you could see down in here. I'll try to get in there close. Seems like she keeps trying to put leaves out, but they just don't prosper. They go from being babies to being ugly. So if you are growing a crocodile fern, let me know, because I think the leaves are actually gorgeous when they come out the way they should be, like this one. The pattern is just beautiful, and even in the back, like when the light hits it, that's just so very cool. But I can't get her to thrive. So if you've got any experience with this crocodile fern, let me know. give me some tips on how I can make her a little happier. Well, that's all I had for you this time around. Those are like my ugly babies. Not so much ugly, but my struggling babies. I don't know what to do, what I should change. So I'm open to suggestions. As a community, drop some tips for me. This time is your turn. Tell me what to do so I can make them thrive. Well, if you like this type of planting video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Talk to you next time. Bye, guys.